Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sports News with Kyle Alexander. So, this one, I don't normally drop episodes on back-to-back days, but this occasion called for it. So, this is a continuation of what I dropped yesterday, but we're just going to hop right into it. All right. So, breaking news, Knicks forward Kristaps has been traded to the Dallas Mavericks. He is included in a package deal with Courtney Lee and Tim Hardaway Jr. as the Knicks receive Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, and Wesley Matthews. This was a crazy trade. Like, first of all, the way it happened, like Kristaps walked in, had a meeting with the front office of the Knicks, said he wasn't sure, and then something came out saying he wasn't sure about his future with the Knicks. And a couple minutes later, they said the Knicks are looking for trade options for Kristaps, saying a bunch of teams that were interested. Then a couple minutes later, they said that the Mavericks were finalizing the deal, or trying to finalize a deal to get Kristaps. Then a couple minutes later, it happened. The deal was finalized. The deal happened. It went through. It said sent. The Mavs slid in the DM of NBA and slid in the Kristaps DM, and they was like, "Hey, Kristaps, come to Dallas. We're a better team." And it happened. So honestly, I feel like both teams won this trade. Now, the only thing with the Mavericks is that Kristaps is currently hurt, but the Knicks did say that he was getting better and that he might make a return sometime in mid-February. But as of now, it's not really looking too good for him. He's missed half of the season, and then they just traded away their point guard, which, I mean, then I don't know why they traded Dennis Smith Jr. because he wasn't bad, but I guess Luka took the starting job from him. And the Mavericks are also trying to get a first-round pick. Not specifically from the Knicks, but like they're just trying to get a first-round pick after they lost theirs in the Luka Doncic deal. But yeah, this looks like a pretty good team. Luka is basically the point guard. He's a good playmaker, great playmaker. Then you got Harrison Barnes, Dirk, and then Kristaps if he comes back. Now, if the Mavericks do get this lottery pick, they could have a super team in terms of getting the big three. If they somehow find a way to trade for a lottery pick, they could get maybe a Cam Reddish or all right. I would say trade Harrison Barnes and a draft pick for a lottery pick. Then trade for a lottery pick. Get Ja Morant from Murray State. Boom, there's your big three right there. And then maybe getting rid of Barnes, that clears up some cap space. Could sign a small forward, or you could sign a small forward. So those are the plans I think Dallas could go with. Now the Knicks, I would say the Knicks they cleared up some cap space. And they have some cap space to clear up now, as they have Dennis Smith Jr., where some people are saying the Knicks should have drafted him when they could have, but they didn't. But they got Dennis Smith Jr., so there's your point guard of the future. So with Doncic out the picture, Dennis Smith can look like his rookie year self. Then DeAndre Jordan's on a 1-year deal, so they renounce his rights, get that off the books. And his Cancer's a free agent. I would bring him back in, honestly. And then try to go after not a point guard, like one of those top free agents. But I don't know. I'm not sure if free agents will be attracted there, because there have been talks with KD, Kawhi, like even Kyrie Irving being connected to the Knicks. But trying to revive that Garden franchise. But without Kristaps, that's when they had an all-star in Kristaps there. Now that he's off the table, he's not there. There's some skepticism of the Knicks getting the top free agent. Now this could help them, betters their chances of getting Zion, or RJ Barrett. But other than that, yeah, I think the Knicks can have a future. They can do something with it. So that is it. That was a breaking trade. I saw that and I was like, no, I gotta do this episode today. I gotta drop this today. So, I think also I think that that's how I might do most of my episodes. Like if something big happened like this, then yeah, I'll try to drop it on the spot. Next up, the Pelicans returned the Lakers' call for AD, but nothing substantive happened. Again, that means like nothing was like finalized yet, or nothing was like close to being done. But AD should just go to the Lakers. The Pelicans should just trade him, get Lonzo, Kuzma, Zubac. That's what they want. Maybe they could throw in a draft pick there. I actually went on the trade machine and tried to do that trade straight up, but it didn't work because of the salary. So I think they might have to include Brandon Ingram and Stevenson. So yeah, that's the only thing I didn't like about the Lakers signing LeBron is because that messes up what they're trying to do. They went from but like I said yesterday, when we went from a rebuilding state to drop everything, we gotta win now. Like try to win while LeBron's still here. So that's just my thoughts on it. But if the Lakers do get AD, say AD signs his extension so he doesn't become a free agent, boom, that will automatically mess up the words because Klay Thompson saying if I don't get a max contract, I'm heading to LA with LeBron. So we already know they can't give him the max contract because they got Curry on the super max. They got KD basically on a pretty big contract, but it's a 1-year deal basically because they signed to a 2-year deal with a player option. But that KD might be leaving this year. Draymond, I don't even know how much he's making. Like, who knows? Nobody really know how much he made. And then they only signed DeMarcus Cousins because they knew he wanted to win, and they signed him on a $5 million deal. So Lakers, they get AD, they get Clay, boom, super team. So now we will transition from the basketball world to the football world as we head south and in Florida to Tampa Bay as Buccaneers and aging veteran wide receiver Deshaun Jackson said that he would like to play for the Rams if things in Tampa Bay don't work out on a radio show. I am a fan of Deshaun Jackson. You guys know I'm Ravens and Eagles fan, so that's why I'm an Eagles fan, is because of that electrifying offense when they had Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, and LaShawn McCoy. But yeah, Deshaun Jackson, he proved that he still got it on some. He had some pretty big plays this year, and I think this could help the Rams because he still has some speed. Deshaun Jackson, he still got it. That's the point. He's only in his early 30s, so if the Rams sign him, that would definitely helping up their receiving core, which is already pretty strong in my opinion. They might not have like top 10 receiver or whatever, but I mean, if you got Brandon Cooks, who's just that straight speed. Robert Woods, who's improved ever since he got to the Rams. He's shown what he can do in Buffalo, but like he's done nothing but shown improvement. Like he stepped up as a number 1 receiver for the Rams when they needed him. And then Cooper Kupp out the slot. But not even that, they got Josh Reynolds. They got like the Rams. They have players that can step up. So they get Deshaun Jackson. I think that would be a pretty good move. Next up, we will be talking about a man whose career may have looked like it went down the toilet after just like basically 2 promising years that he was a future top running back. Yes, we will be talking about Kareem Hunt, as multiple teams have shown interest in Kareem Hunt after the incident that he had. Honestly, it was sad. Like, I'm not trying to say he shouldn't have been cut or whatever. I mean, it wasn't as bad as like Ray Rice or like some other people. But I mean, at the same time, yeah, he did put his hands on a woman. So yeah, he had to pay the price. But I mean, it was just so sad to see somebody that young, like somebody that young who's shown that they have potential in the NFL to just have their career down spiral like that. But teams are interested in him, and the team that I think would be a perfect fit for him is the Eagles. Now, this is not even just me being the Eagles fan. The Eagles do great with second chance players. Like Michael Vick, he got thrown into jail for the dog fighting. When he was with Atlanta, they cut him. Boom, Eagles are like, no, Vick can get a second chance. And then that's when he revived his career there. Like the Eagles, I think the Eagles are pretty good with some second chance players, and I say if they maybe don't extend the Jai, or maybe bring Ajayi back. Actually no, they probably shouldn't bring Ajayi back if they do get Kareem Hunt, but yeah, I don't know. I just get like a vibe that this might be a perfect fit. So if he goes there, that would be great. But I mean, yeah, I hope Kareem Hunt gets a second chance, because that was just sad. But yeah, that's it for that topic. Yeah, I did see one of my friends did send me something saying whether the Ravens picked them up. The Ravens aren't going to pick him up because, one, they cut Ray Rice for what he did, and then two, if they did pick up Kareem Hunt, they would look like hypocrites. So yeah. But I think Kareem Hunt would be best fit on the Eagles. So next up, Cowboys, two of the coaches. So I mentioned earlier in my last video, the coaching carousel. You guys should check that out. That was the one with Jalen Hurts, the Oklahoma thumbnail. I mentioned that Scott Linehan has been fired from the Jets. I mean, not the Jets, the Cowboys. And the Cowboys have named Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator in place. First of all, I thought he was still a player. Kellen Moore was one of their backup quarterbacks, and last year was the quarterbacks coach. And now he's the offensive coordinator. It's not a bad move, Actually, I don't really have much to say about that move, because, yeah, I don't know. But we will be talking about another Dallas Cowboy coach. The one that everybody has been questions of. So, word on the street is that Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboy owner, probably one of the most famous people in Dallas history, Cowboys history, whatever. They said Jerry Jones is not expected to extend Jason Garrett's contract, as this will entering his final year. So this might be his final season as the Cowboys coach. I know a lot of people have been saying they should get rid of Garrett. Honestly, I was saying they shouldn't, because they made the playoffs last year, even though it was mainly because of Amari Cooper and the coaching staff. Well, the coaching staff had to do their job. But Jason Garrett made the playoffs this year. He wasn't terrible, but I guess if they're not, they're pretty much stuck in that place where they either don't make the playoffs or they do, and then they're just they'll either be one and done or win one game. They don't go make it to the championship. So yeah, I guess if you're stuck in the same place, you gotta try something new. If you're say you're in the same spot, you're still trying to climb, you're trying to find a way around this wall, and you try to see if you could walk around it. You just keep walking and walking, but there's no way around it. If you're still there, you gotta try something new, going over it or under. I don't know, but you guys get what I'm saying. Jason Garrett this will most likely be his last year, and honestly, what I'm about to say, I think the best replacement as the Cowboys head coach will be, the best replacement is, drumroll, Tony Romo. Yes, the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Now, a lot of people were thrilled and amazed that when he called those New England Patriots plays in the game, in the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. He was calling the Patriots plays out before they even happened. He saw them from a mile away. He's like, watch out, they got Edelman right there. So he's gonna do his little route, go across the middle, boom, Boom. What did they do? Edelman went across the middle, threw it completion. Now, I think Tony Romo, this would be a perfect fit. He already has ties to Dallas. And I honestly think he has the IQ I believe he has the IQ to be a coach. And yeah, this would just be a smart move by Jerry Jones. And we will all get to see what we've all wanted to see ever since that game. We get to see Tony Romo coaching. There have been rumors out there since that game, so I said, why not make it fit? All right, so that will do it for this episode of Sports News with Kyle Alexander. Now, for my next episode, I'm deciding if I should do the mock draft or some draft sleepers, because I wasn't able to watch the Senior Bowl because I was busy that day, but I was watching the highlights on Devo Highlight channel. Go check him out. Devo Highlights, he's a great highlight video channel. But he posted like a 28-minute video of highlights from the Senior Bowl. So I've been watching that, and I've seen some people who might be sleepers caught my eye a little, some diamonds in the rough. So if y'all want to see that, I might drop. And actually, I've been asking for that video, so I might drop that and then the mock draft. But that will be it for this episode. Watch this. Have fun watching the Super Bowl, unless the Patriots win, because we all know we want the Rams. America wants the Rams to win, but I don't know. We'll just see. But yeah, happy Super Bowl 53, and this was it for the season. So as it for this episode, and I will get to you guys after the Super Bowl. So see ya.